Welcome friends to our Ingvita YouTube channel. I am Krishna Reddy, and before going to look at what we are going to discuss on the fourth lecture, we need to review what we have learned in the third lecture. In the third lecture we have learned different types of concrete nouns. Those are proper noun, common noun, collective noun and material noun. And we also learned countable and uncountable nouns. And lastly, we learned noun and numbers. Those are singular noun or number, plural noun or number. So these are the three things that we have learned in the third lecture. If you have any doubt on these three topics, you would get to know on the third lecture. You can go through the third lecture, there you would get to know what they are. So let's get started with the fourth lecture. In the fourth lecture, we have the topics noun and case. In English, there are three cases: subjective case, objective case, and possessive case. And we also learn in the fourth lecture, that is formation of possessive cases. Firstly, with living things, and secondly, with non-living things. Then, before move on to noun and case and formation of possessive case, let us see few sentences and how they are related to these cases. Firstly, we have the sentence Krishna will buy a car, and secondly we have another sentence, that is Sita sold her old mobile phone. If you observe the first sentence, Krishna will buy a car, here from this sentence, to get what is in the subjective case and what is in the objective case, we need to ask few questions to them. The first question is to get what is in the subjective case, that is who will buy a car? Who will buy a car? Answer to this question goes to the subjective case. Who will buy a car? Here Krishna will buy a car. So Krishna is in the subjective case. So Krishna goes to the subjective case. Again I repeat, to get what is in the subjective case, we need to ask a question, who will buy a car? So Krishna will buy a car. So answer to this question, who will buy a car, Mr. Krishna, goes to the subjective case. And to get what is in the objective case, again we need to ask a question, that is what will Krishna buy? What will Krishna buy? What will Krishna buy? So answer to this question goes to the objective case, that is a car. So car is in the objective case. So to get what is in the objective case, again we need to ask what will Krishna buy? Krishna will buy a car. So car is in the objective case. Come to the second sentence, that is Sita sold her old mobile phone. Here who sold her old mobile phone? Sita. So Sita is in the subjective case. And to get what is in the objective case, again we need to ask a question, that is what did Sita sell? Sita sold her old mobile phone. So old mobile phone comes to the category of objective case. And let us see further sentences also, that is this is Kumar's bike. In this sentence, to get what is in the possessive case, we need to ask a question, that is whose bike is this? Whose bike is this? This is Kumar's bike. So Kumar is in the possessive case. So possessive case always shows ownership of somebody. So to get what is in the possessive case, here we need to ask a question, that is, whose bike is this? So let us see next sentence also, that is, those are Chitty's toys. Those are Chitty's toys. To get what is in the possessive case, we need to ask again that same question, whose toys are those? Whose toys are those? To answer this question, we will get what is in the possessive case. So, whose toys are those? Those are Chitty's toys. So, Chitty here is in the possessive case. So, possessive case represents possessions that belongs to somebody. So, here toys are belongs to Chitty. So, those are Chitty's toys. Thus, in this entire explanation, we get to know three things. Those are, to get what is in the subjective case, we need to question with who. And to get what is in the objective case, we need to ask a question with what. And lastly, to get what is in the possessive case, we need to throw a question with whose. So, for to subjective case, we need to ask a question with who, and for objective case, what, and for possessive case, with whose. We need to question with those words for to get these cases. So let us move on these cases one after the another in more detail. Firstly, we have subjective case. We can also call this case as nominative case. Now, the definition here is either a noun or a pronoun which is used as the subject of a verb is said to be in the subjective case. Generally, we get the subject of a verb with the question who. As we said in the earlier, let us see few examples on the subjective case. Those are, Chintu threw a stone, Krishna brought a book, Mohan climbed a tree, John wrote a letter. If you want to get what is in the subjective case, we need to ask a question with who. Now, to get what is in the subjective case from the sentence 1, Chintu threw a stone, we need to ask a question, who threw a stone? Chintu. So, Chintu is in the subjective case. In second example also, Krishna brought a book. Again, we need to ask a question to get what is in the subjective case. Who brought a book? So, Krishna brought a book. Here, Krishna is in the subjective case. In third sentence, Mohan climbed a tree. Who climbed a tree? Mohan. So, Mohan is in the subjective case. And John wrote a letter. Who wrote the letter? Who wrote a letter? Here, John wrote a letter. So, John is in the subjective case. Let us move on to the next case, that is objective case. We can also call objective case as accusative case. The definition here is either a noun or a pronoun which is used as the object of a verb is said to be in the objective case. Generally, we get the object of a verb with the question what or who. So let us see few examples, and from that examples we will get what is in the objective case. The first example here we have is Kumar built a house, and second sentence is he gave me a pencil, and the third, Komali bought a new sari, and Gopal will help Kiran, and lastly Krishna recited a poem. To get what is in the objective case from these 5 sentences, we need to ask questions with what and whom. Firstly, from the first sentence, to get what is in the objective case, we need to ask a question. What did Kumar build? What did Kumar build? A house. So a house here is in the objective case. Again, in the second sentence also we need to ask the same question, that what did he give me? A pencil. So here a pencil is in the objective case. And third, what did Komali buy? A new sari. A new sari is in the objective case. And the fourth, Gopal will help Kiran. To get what is in the objective case from the sentence fourth, we need to ask a question. Whom will Gopal help? Mr. Kiran. So Kiran is in the objective case. And lastly, Krishna recited a poem. To get what is in the objective case from the fifth sentence, we need to ask the same question, that is, what did Krishna recite? A poem. So a poem is in the objective case from the sentence, Krishna recited a poem. So let us see and the third. Then the third case here is possessive case, and we can also call the possessive case as genitive case. So the definition here is, to get possessive case from any sentence is a noun which shows ownership or possession is said in the possessive case. Generally, possessive case answers the question whose. So let us see few examples on this case. Those are, the first sentence is, this is Rama's pen. They are Kiran's children. And the third, I saw Shiva's dance. And the fourth, Kumar bought Krishna's car. And the fifth, Pragna reads Tagore's poetry. Actually, these 5 sentences are mean as, this is Rama's pen. That means Rama owns a pen. So the pen belongs to Rama. Then they are Kiran's children. We can also mean this as, these children belong to Kiran. And I saw Shiva's dance. That means the dance was performed by Shiva. And Kumar bought Krishna's car. That means the car that owned by Krishna was bought by Kumar. And the fifth one is, Pragna reads Tagore's poetry. That means the poetry of Tagore is read by Pragna. So let us move to the how the possessive case is formed. So the formation of possessive case in 2 ways. That is, the first one with the living things. Generally, to show possession or ownership for all things that have life, apostrophe plus s is used. You know what is meant by living things? Under living things, different things will become. They are human beings, birds, trees, animals. These all are the living things. So let us see a few examples how the possessive case formed with living things. Firstly, the sentence is, the king's death, cow's milk. And the third, the boy's bag. And the fourth, Krishna's brother. And the fifth, Gopal's house. So actually what they are mean is, the death of the king. That means we can also say the king's death. The milk which is taken from a cow. So the milk is cow's milk. And the third, the bag which belonged to the boy, we can also say the boy's bag. To show the bag belonged to boy, so the owner of the bag is the boy. And the fourth, the brother of Krishna. So we can also say as Krishna's brother. The brother of Krishna, and Krishna's brother are same. And the fifth one is Gopal's house. That means the house which is owned by Gopal. And let us see the second type and how we make with non-living things to show possession. Commonly to show possession or ownership for all things that have no life, preposition of is used. Here we need to understand what comes under the non-living things. Chair, phone, watch, shirt, these all are the non-living things because they don't have life. So let us see few examples on this type. The first sentence is the leg of the table, and the second the cover of the book, and the third the roof of the house, and the fourth the wheels of the car, and the fifth the charger of a mobile phone. But we should not use them as the leg of the table is right, but not the table's leg. The cover of the book is right, but not the book's cover. And the third, the roof of the house is correct, but not the house's roof. And the wheels of the car is right, but not the car's wheels. And the fifth, the charger of a mobile phone is right, but not a mobile phone's charger. So here the rule is we should not use apostrophe plus s for non-living things. Instead, what we should use of preposition to show possession for non-living things, as we mentioned in right column. That is the leg of the table, the cover of the book, and the third the roof of the house, and the wheels of the car, and lastly the charger of a mobile phone is correct way of using the possession in non-living things. Then let us do an exercise on the fourth lecture. So the exercise is figure out subjective, objective and possessive cases and correct if you find any mistake from the following sentences. So the sentence that we are going to exercise on are these. Anand has written a letter. Jyoti watched a movie. This is Mohan's office. They are the children of Krishna, and that is my laptop's mouse. And sixth, Kumar and Pallavi married each other. And the seventh, students will submit their class work tomorrow. And the eighth, she is my class teacher's daughter. So take a pause and give correct answers to these sentences. Right, the correct answers are here. Now, Anand has written a letter. To get what is in the subjective case and objective case, we need to ask a question, that is, who wrote the letter for subjective case? The answer is Anand. So Anand goes to the subjective case. And what has Anand written? Answer to this question goes to the objective case. The answer is a letter. So a letter is in objective case in first sentence. So let us come to the second sentence. Jyoti watched a movie. Here, to get what is in the subjective case, we need to ask the same question again. Who watched a movie? So the answer is Jyoti. So Jyoti goes to the subjective case. To get what is in the objective case, we need to ask a question that what did Jyoti watch? So a movie. So the answer goes to the objective case. A movie is in the objective case. from the sentence 2. And the third sentence here is, this is Mohan's office. Here, to get what is in the possessive case, we need to ask a question, that is, whose office is this? This is Mohan's office. So Mohan is in the possessive case from the sentence third. And the fourth sentence we have is, they are the children of Krishna. Actually, this sentence is wrong, because here we used the preposition of for living things. For living things, what we need to use is apostrophe s. As I explained earlier, for living things we need to use apostrophe s to show possession. So they are the children of Krishna is wrong, and they are Krishna's children is right. And the fifth sentence here we have is, this is my laptop's mouse. That is wrong, because here the noun laptop is non-living thing. So it has no life. So to show possession or ownership for non-living things, we need to use preposition of. So the correct way of forming sentence is, that is the mouse of my laptop, but not that is my laptop's mouse. And the sixth sentence here we have is, Kumar and Pallavi married each other. So Kumar and Pallavi goes to the subjective case, because who married there? Kumar and Pallavi. And each other goes to the objective case, because Kumar and Pallavi also are in the objective case in the name of each other. Then the seventh sentence is, students will submit their classwork tomorrow. Here, who will submit the classwork? Students. So the students are in the subjective case. And the what is in the objective case? What will students submit? Their classwork. So their classwork goes to the objective case. And the eighth sentence is, she is my class teacher's daughter. To get possessive case here, we need to ask a question, that whose daughter is she? So answer to this question goes to the possessive case, that is, whose daughter is she? She is my class teacher's daughter. So my class teacher is in the possessive case in the eighth sentence. So for the fifth lecture, pronouns will be discussed. Then thank you all. Please subscribe, share, like and comment to Ingvita YouTube channel.